Yeah,
to meet.
we'll,
Yeah.
Okay. Are you all ready for me to start?
hang your
Yeah.
gavel, Bob.
Yes.
I'll just say this. Welcome to our meeting tonight at well, not at the city council chambers, in our own offices at home. And I'd just like to thank those that are here tonight. And I'll do a quick roll call. Okay, Aaron Crossley, all we say is yes or here.
Here.
You say James Arcano, is that right?
Arcano, here.
Arcano, I'll get it right here before too long.
No worries.
Jack Lehman,
Here.
John Davies,
Here.
and Robert Jones, that's me here. These are public hearings that have to do with, they go through when you have you need an adjustment. Do I need to even go through all that, or just say, we can just go to the first hearing? Is that what we want to do, the first case? Is that what you're saying?
Why don't you just swear people in and then go
Okay.
to the first case?
Okay. Of those that are going to speak beside, as far as with the applicant, can you, I guess, raise your right hand? Or you don't have to do that. Say, I solemnly swear to tell the truth with the relative to these cases. Just say, I do.
I do.
I do.
Okay, those
I
are
do.
for people that will be speaking tonight besides us, I guess, besides the. Okay, so our first, the roll call, I already said that I've done that. Case number 20-999-03, Janie Brazil has been continued to the September the 17th
You need to make a
meeting
motion
next month.
for that.
Do I make a motion to approve their,
Someone needs
this,
to make a motion second.
I'll make a motion that we continue that case.
do I have a second?
Second.
I'll second it. John Davies.
Okay, who made the motion?
Jack made the motion.
Okay, Jack made the motion and, okay. John is seconded. Okay, so it's case number 20-999 will be
We need to vote on it, Mr. Chairman.
the above case. Oh, we didn't, okay. The above case will be continued to September the 17th. And now I'll do the roll call. Aaron Crossley,
Yes.
James Arcano, is that right?
Close.
Did I do it
Arcano.
right that time?
I, yes.
Okay. Jack Lehman,
Yes.
John Davies,
Yes.
Robert Jones, yes. So the case number 20-999-03 has been continued to the September the 17th, 2020 board meeting. Okay. Now the next case on the agenda tonight is case number 20-999-04, Jeff Shelton, a variance request to the interior side setback requirement for the property at 16600 East 32nd Street South. So I guess, I don't think we have any, what do we call them? A film?
Well, we have some slides to show you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I appreciate that.
You all can, I heard Stuart talking earlier, you all can see those, right? Okay.
I guess.
I mean, you members of the board can, right?
I don't see.
You mean the
anything.
thing that's on the, well, I can see what's on the screen.
On the screen
But
that
I don't-
says a Great American Story, that the slide, yeah.
Yes, I see that part of it. And then it
Okay.
has below it says drawing one.
Yeah, and I will be forwarding and we will go through these. The applicant seeks a variance to the interior side yard setback to keep a carport constructed without a permit over his existing driveway and attached to his home located at 16600 East 32nd Street South. So the applicant constructed a wooden carport without a permit over an existing driving surface adjacent to his home. The applicant has applied for a permit. However, a variance is required. The attached carport extends from the home's eastern wall to the lot's interior side yard, our property line. So it's right on the line, 0 lot line. The neighbor's home lies 12 feet from the property line farther to the east, and thus there is more than 10 feet of separation between the neighboring structure and this carport. In short, a variance of 5 feet, which is the width of the required interior side yard setback, would be needed. So I will go through this real quickly.
Okay.
We have there we go.
Oh, I gotta say there. Thank
So
you.
this is the
Stuart.
sort of a vertical elevation of the gentleman's garage there is on the left, and the second story of the building is there, the house, and you can see the roof coming over and covering that driveway, and that goes all the way to the property line. Okay. So this is a little bit more of a bird's eye view here. So you can see that driveway there on that right-hand part, and you can see where this carport extends over it from a bird's eye view. And
Well, this gives us
the
a picture.
applicant provided this picture. This is not the carport. This is one from about a block away. So we just wanted to show an example of another similar carport that's already in the neighborhood already.
Okay.
Example. So this is the applicant's property, looking directly at the property and the carport, and you can see the driveway and the carport is right, almost adjacent to the property line. And then the neighbor's house, their garage there is on the right side of the tree. Okay.
Is the support there for the carport? Is there a distance between it and the actual, I guess it's side yard setback? I mean side yard.
It's on property. It's right. It's not in the neighbor's property. It's on his property.
It's all on his. It's all on your property.
Right at the 0 line. Yes.
Okay.
This is looking westward up the street from in front of his house, the neighborhood. Get you context here. And this is looking down the street to the east. So his house in that neighbor, it would be here on the left. And I got another picture here that we can stop on and look at while speaking about this. So staff reviewed the 6 criteria and found that in our view, it met number 2, number 4, and number 6. 3 of the 6 criteria.
Okay. Okay.
No, that's it. So that concludes my report.
Well, this is Jack. Did the neighbor have anything to say about this being so close to the property line?
No, Bobby said it was fine. She said she had no problem with it. She actually lives, well, it's her residence, but she lives in another home. So I keep the yard for the grass, let's say, and she comes and gets her mail. I sent her a letter. She came and asked me what it was. Actually, I've sent her 3 now, and she said she didn't have any problem with it at all. If I would have seen her, I work during the day, and she gets her mail during the day. If I would have seen her, I would have asked her to write a letter or something like that. She's an elderly lady. I don't know that she would have internet or anything like that, but yes, she knows about it. She saw me building it. We've talked. I've known her for 20 years. So she's
For the
okay.
record, we need to have you state your name and address.
I'm sorry, Jeff Shelton, 16600 East 32nd Street South, Independence, Missouri, 64055.
Did we have any other correspondence from any of the other neighbors?
Yeah, a handful of them. After I sent the first round of letters out, they stopped by and asked me what was going on, and I haven't had any kind of bad feedback from any of them. You know, it's all been positive, and they just wanted to make sure that they hadn't done something they didn't understand why they were getting a letter. So.
Has staff received anything at all?
I'm sorry.
I have not received anything from the neighbor nor anything from any of the people who were notified. So no, I haven't had any feedback at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I see here where the property owner, Mr. and Mrs. Shelton, the city said on their number 3 here that applicant could continue the existing driveway around the house and attach a carport to the rear of the residence requiring no variance, but isn't that going to be a little bit hard to do?
Yeah, yes, sir. I live in the middle of that hill, and in Glendale, I don't know if you're familiar with the area, but it's pretty sloped yards, and the cost to take that around my house plus the agreement with my wife wouldn't have been possible to take my drive. I mean, the cost of running that driveway just where it's at was, you know, back when I did it was high enough. So.
So you're just, you haven't had any, as far as any neighbors that have been, I don't know, I have to use the word negative, but haven't been positive. You haven't had any problems with it as far as this.
No,
is that what you're
none whatsoever.
Okay. Well, I just, by looking at it, you've got it there. I don't know if there's a whole lot more you can do. What do you all think, Jack, or some of the others on the board here? I
don't think it's practical to run the driveway around to the back of the house. And so, but it looks like if the neighbor, that would be my first concern, would be the neighbor to the I think it's to the east, would be.
Yeah, that would be, yes, sir, that would be the east.
That it would be the one that would be concerned because the carport is so close to the property line.
So they have, like I told you, she lives over in Thomashaw, and her children have been over cleaning up her house. I think she's ready to sell it. I've talked to them. I've talked to Bobby many times. Like I said, I keep her yard for her, and none of them have had any problem whatsoever with what's going on over there with the carport or anything else for that matter. You know, that bush right there, it's pretty overgrown. She said I could cut it back. I've just kind of let it be there. It just kind of keeps people from being able to see back in her yard or into my yard. But that bush could be trimmed back, and it's clear path to her fence. And when her kids are over, and they're adult children, obviously, and you know, there's been no problem at all. Them carrying stuff out of the house and around to the front and everything else.
So you have enough, I mean, I'm just asking where the, I don't call them piers, but the posts are that support the roof. You have some distance there between that and where your actual line is. So you're clear of your line, even though you might be pretty close to it. You're clear of the interior, what we call the interior property line. Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm right on it, but I'm clear of it. Yes, sir.
So you're on the property line itself, or within a little bit. You clear it a little bit, but it's real close. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, you may wish to ask if there's anyone else here to speak in favor of this application and against it.
Is there anyone here that's in favor of the applicant would like to speak? I don't see anybody else, but if there is somebody else, they can speak. Since I don't hear any yays on that end, is there anyone here that is opposed to the applicant that's here? Seeing no one opposed, I think we just have the owners here tonight. But was there anything else I need to ask or thing that you're thinking about, Stuart, or what
Well, if there's close the hearing, if there's any testimony.
Brian,
Close the public hearing.
we can close the public hearing. I mean, I don't think there's anybody else that's going to be speaking.
Discuss amongst yourself.
I think this is a little bit unusual, but we have the neighbors not concerned. Sometimes.
Aren't we supposed to close this public hearing and then we have our discussion?
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We'll go ahead and do that. So this hearing is, the public part of it is over, and we will discuss it. Any feedback from you guys, Jack or John, or any of you, the new folks that are on the board here? Your feedback would be appreciated too. I was just saying.
This is Aaron.
Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead.
I'm curious. You know, I wonder, since it's so close to the property line and the neighbor is going to sell, even though the current occupant is fine with, or the current owner is fine with the position of the carport so close to the property line, I wonder, you know, future residents, how they will feel with it being so close.
I don't know if this matters, and I don't know if this will happen, but she's given me first right to buy that house. I've been trying to buy it from her for about 15 years now. She's lived in Thomas Shaw for about 15 years, and I've been trying to buy it from her for that long. And whenever she decided to clean it up, she told me that I'd have first right. I don't know how that'll shake out. I'm not trying to say that, hey, I'm going to buy that property, but that's her and I's deal. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I understand what you're saying there. But that is a factual statement.
Anybody else?
Does anyone else have anything to say?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, I, excuse me. I think that we could reasonably approve this request variance. I think that it looks all right to me. If there's another owner that comes in, that's down the road a piece for the next house over. Looks like it's been constructed well. I just think that there is ample reason to go ahead and approve this variance.
Are you making a motion?
Do you want, Jack, do you have anything to say or?
Ready to have a motion to that effect?
I guess we can. I mean, does anybody else have, James or Aaron, you said your piece. Jack, I haven't heard from you. Do you have anything or James, do you have anything to say?
No, I don't. Are you ready for a motion?
Well, I thought if we had still had some discussion, I don't know. I'm just asking.
Okay.
I have nothing to add.
This is very unusual. I'll just talk real briefly. It's not the best situation, but I can understand where whoever is, as Aaron was saying, whoever buys that next house, if the Mr. and Mrs. Shelton don't buy it, or they call it what, right of first refusal, I think is what the legal term is, or something like that. It could be a problem, but they would have to, I think one thing you'd have to do down the road is maybe at least know where the exact property line is. Of course, that might be taken, you may have to get a survey, you have to have a land surveyor do that. You want to certainly be sure it's cleared, but I don't know if it really should have stopped you from finishing what you're doing there. It's just, it's unusual. We don't, when you have zero setbacks, that's, we don't have that here. So I don't know. I mean, is there anybody else that, I mean, I can make a motion here. I mean, we can go ahead and close the, I mean, as far as our discussion, if you want. The only thing is, down the road, you may have to purchase, I don't know how to say this, but you may have to purchase a little strip or something there to have, because that line's going to go all the way back and you're going to have this right setting on the property line. I mean, that's just a, I don't know. I want to work with the people that are applicants. I don't like to say I'm not, but it's when they talk about the we don't have anybody that's come to the meeting, or as I guess it'd be some kind of issue that you'd have to deal with later. I guess the Mr. and Mrs. Shelton, I don't know if there would be a problem later on. I don't know. I hear what Aaron said, and so I really don't have anything more to say. I guess we can go ahead and close the, well, we already done that, and we can, I guess, render our decision what we want to do here and bring it to a vote. Does that seem to be what everybody here wants to do?
Now, Mr. Chairman, I will move that we approve case number 20-999-04.
Is that Mr. Davies?
Yes.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it, that Jack.
Okay.
Who seconded?
Layman.
Okay.
Okay, well, I guess we'll
Vote.
go ahead and take our vote. Aaron Crossley,
No.
Jack Lehman,
Yes.
John Davies,
Yes.
James Arcano,
Yes.
and Robert Jones, that's me. Yes. So case number, I have to read it here, 20-999-04 Jeff Shelton has been approved 4-1. I want to thank you folks for coming out tonight. And so we appreciate, I guess that's all we need. It's been approved.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Appreciate you coming out.
All right.
Oh, Lord. All right, I guess we go to the second and last one on the agenda tonight. It's Jim Gamble, and I think he's for the David and Nancy Buller are the property owners. Is anyone here? Are they here
David and
tonight?
Nancy are. Jim had a prior engagement, so he was unable to make it.
But Nancy's here.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Brian, I guess you give us not a film, but show us on our screen what we got here and what the situation is.
Yes, David and Nancy Bowler that live at 3705 Blue Ridge Boulevard seek a side yard variance or a street side yard variance for a garage addition they want to build on their home. Their property is at the, I guess it would be the sort of the northeast corner there of Ralston Avenue and Blue Ridge Boulevard. It's in the circle there. This is the site plan that was Mr. Gamble had drawn that shows the location of the garage on the north side of the existing garage and sort of on the north side of the house as well. Basically, the city code requires single family homes to have an exterior, which is a front yard of at least 25 feet. The Bullards seek to construct a garage addition onto their home with only an 8-foot setback, which would be 8 feet from the new garage to the west property line, thus requiring a variance of 17 feet. As you can see, the new parts of this of the building they're going to do is this little addition here on the back, and also the garage, which is here. Okay.
Where's the garage again with your?
It's this one
there,
here.
I
That's
see.
new
That says
addition.
new addition. Okay, that's
Yeah.
where the garage is gonna. So they'll only have 8 feet from the actual property line, right?
So we're looking at some of the pictures here. Kind of took pictures of the whole thing so you can kind of see it from all angles. This is their existing garage, and the fence line is approximately where the street right-of-way property line is. You see, there's their garage doors that are there now, which will be taken out and replaced with one larger door. Okay, we go down here a little bit further. Okay. This is another photo that shows the, we're looking pretty much due east here from basically the middle of Ralston at the 2-car garage that's there. The applicant's car there. There's the corner of the street. There's the corner of the fence line.
Okay, now, are they asking, from what I can see, they're asking to add to that garage a third one? Is that what they're doing?
That is correct. That is correct.
Okay.
A single
so it
car.
just, all right, I got it.
And this thing is kind of jumping around here, but this is another one. This is another one taken from further south, looking north. Again, you can see the where the garage will be as you go north on Ralston from Blue Ridge Boulevard. And this thing is kind of jumping on me here. This is the house that's across the street. Let's see if I can get this thing back down here a little bit. Here we go. So we've got the one this is almost directly across the street, looking at the garage, and you can see it would be right there, sort of where that red umbrella is, and it would project out to be even with the current garage doors. And then this is head on looking at the garage. It would again be on the left where the red umbrella is. And then looking to the northeast here, the garage would again be just on the other side of that SUV. Okay, this is the house that's directly west across South Ralston from the applicant's property. It's kind of hard to get a good picture of the house. So there's a lot of trees on the lot. I took some other pictures, but this is sort of really the best one. And then if we go, and then this is the house that's directly north of the applicant's property. The way that the applicant's property is shaped, this is somewhat of a distance from their property, but it's the rear of the neighbor's house that you're looking at. And I'll go back to the site plan here. Yeah. You can see how the lot is somewhat odd shaped. It has a slight curve here. The neighbor's house is probably up in here somewhere. This lot is fairly a good size for the neighborhood. Across the street, their house is about over here. So there were, I believe, four items that we agreed with, but we did feel that if the board was going to approve such an application, that instead of the 17-foot variance requested, the garage addition be reduced in depth by 3 to 5 feet. There's some evidence of hardship here, but having the structure only 8 feet from the front property line and about 20 feet from the pavement of South Ralston Avenue seems close, considering the curve of the street is directed toward the addition. And that's all the comments that I have.
I'm looking at this diagram. How close to the, it looks to me like the garage is pretty close to the fence already. Is that correct?
It is. This house, the way it's sitting and the way they put the road in after the house was built,
There we
technically makes it inside of the variance to begin with. The corner there closest to the SUV in that picture is within the 25 feet variance. And
so
the reason,
if all they did was to come out where that red umbrella is, and right along the straight line from the garage doors, I don't. How is that going to get any closer to the fence than it is already?
It does technically, because of the angles of the road and the angles of the house, it will technically be closer. I think in actual foot space, I think it technically brings it in 2 or 3 feet from where it's at now within the variance, but it's just the angle of everything that's causing the issue.
Okay.
If you look at the site plan that's on the screen now, I mean the vicinity map, you can see that the road curves there.
Yes,
it's not
away. It curves away.
No, it actually curves into the garage.
What?
No, it curves. Go back to the site plan. This drawing isn't exactly, it curves more towards the northeast and not so much into the northwest.
Okay.
So the drawing is off a little bit.
All right.
But if I want to ask a question, if they're gonna cut the depth, isn't that gonna defeat the purpose of the
Yes.
addition?
Yes, it would. The whole reason for the third car garage is to fit my truck in it. If we shorten it, it probably won't fit. Plus, it will also take it off of alignment with the current garage. And not only will it set it in, it will make the roof line offset from the current roof line, and that also would be difficult. It just wouldn't look right.
But it does get closer to the right-of-way line,
It does.
is what we're saying. And right now it's close. It's actually, right now it's already within what, I don't know what the distance would be right now, but the corners.
Well,
At
from
the
what I
most,
calculated,
this drawing might be 20 feet from the property line. I don't know. I have no idea what it would be. But it seems like to me, you're trying to,
It's looking like
go
the
closer.
current corner is 20 feet, and the other one is 14.
well, I went out to the site and I measured from the corner of I guess it would be the northwest corner of the existing garage out to the back of curb, and that was 27 feet. The new one, I'm guessing, is about 20 feet from the northeast corner of the new garage out to the curb line of the street.
Well, that's plenty of space.
so it's about 3 feet. It's going to be closer 3 feet or more, or more or less.
Yeah, something like that.
It is, that part of Ralston is a short section of road. It is not heavily traveled with any rate of speed at all. So I am not concerned about safety as far as cars coming through. That's me personally. I understand that's just my opinion. We sent out the letters and have gotten no objections by any of the neighbors. And ultimately the only other option, well, there's two options. One is to turn it 90 degrees and stick it straight out the back, which would cause me to have to basically complete a U-turn to pull into my garage with a kind of like a half circle driveway, or put a detached garage, which of course would not look as good and would not be as convenient.
I can say that staff did not receive any phone calls on this application. And I can also tell you the depth of the garage of the new proposed garage is 25.5 feet versus the other garage, which is about 21 feet.
Just by scaling off the drawing, you mean?
Well, they did provide another drawing of just that portion, and I apologize. I should have included that in the information that was sent out.
But we really don't know for sure whether it's the northwest corner or northwesterly corner, or I guess it'd be the south or the southerly part of the lot. I mean, that 8 foot, it may be less than that. We don't know, do we?
Well, that's what the architect provided us. So
I know, but did we know for sure? I don't want to do a survey, but I'm saying, are we absolutely sure it's 8 feet? It might be less. Or it could be more. I don't know. I don't know this, man. But you're right, you can't really shorten the garage because then you wouldn't be able to, wouldn't be able to park anything in there you really want to park in there, would you? Is that right?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that question. What was that?
Say the garage, if you'd shorten it, it would defeat the purpose of doing it,
It would.
right?
Correct. Yeah, it won't fit in the garage that we currently have. And if you shortened the plans that are here, it wouldn't fit in that either.
Well, I don't understand, this is Jack, why the garage can't be extended on further east or northeast, whichever it is. Because it already projects into the other house, the existing.
Well, actually, that little corner is a little alcove. If you scroll back up to the picture from that shows the backyard somewhat, looking at the house, please. Yeah, that one right there. You can see there's a door there, and then that window, and then the wall comes out. That is where they were planning on putting the end of the garage. That's why it's going to be big enough for me to fit my truck in, is because of that little alcove area.
Well, are you going to continue the roof line in the same pitch?
Exactly. That was the plan. It basically, we would continue the roof line off the front up, and then basically it'll pretty much just match almost exactly what we've got there on the east side of the house.
So.
And then ultimately what the plan is to tear out that old chain link and all that old tree that was growing through there and put up a privacy fence. Yeah, when we moved here, that was our plan, was to put an extra garage into it, and we didn't realize we were going to encroach into the variance lines and stuff like that. And so once we got an architect, that's when we found out that we should have picked a different shaped house.
Mm-hmm. It appears the garage there that they're showing is it short to begin with? The two car?
It's pretty short.
Or is it?
It's right at 20 feet. And if you put anything in there other than a vehicle, you're got a foot to walk between everything.
Right.
Yeah, most of your vehicles are anywhere from 18 to 19 feet long anyway.
Well, yeah, Jim was saying this thing was built for Model Ts.
Yeah.
He doesn't know he was on the highway.
I hear that. Well. Well, any way you shake it, it's going to be, has to have a variance between what the city normally had. Well, it's not there now even. 25 feet, isn't it? What the ordinance now reads? Is that right, Stuart?
That's what the ordinance is now, yes.
But the house is there and doesn't even have probably 20 feet, or maybe down at the very front of it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't have a scale here in front of me. But, that whole end of the house is too close to when it was built in, and they didn't probably have any restriction or what do you call it, ordinances against
I think when it was built,
this.
that their Ralston wasn't that wide.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I don't even know. I was trying to talk to the neighbors, and he said, yeah, this was one of the first houses built in that neighborhood. So it's been there longer than that road's been widened out to that.
Is the road in there now? Is it curb and gutter? Or is it just pavement, edge pavement, edge of pavement?
It's a CG2.
It's not, it doesn't have a curb and gutter on it now. It's just.
No, it's
No, it does. It's lacy
well,
back curb.
it's not a full 90-degree curve, but it's got the sloped curbing.
The layback.
What we call lazy back? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's right.
Lazy back curb, which you can drive over into, yeah. Oh my gosh, what are we? So really trying to shorten it's not going to work.
Unfortunately not.
So you can't really do what the city would prefer, and so I guess what we end up doing is having it closer to the right-of-way line that it's going to be, I mean, even now, right?
That's what
That is our hope. Yes.
Gosh.
Mr. Chairman, you might want to go ahead and see if there's anybody else to speak for or against it, and then close.
Is there
the hearing.
anybody else that wants to speak for or against this application, this applicant?
And close the public hearing.
We can go ahead, because there's no one else to speak for or against, we can go ahead and close the public hearing and discuss this this improvement. What's some of the other people here on the board? I'm talking about Jack or.
Are we closed?
We're closed, yes, we closed the public, I meant to say that, we closed the public hearing, and now we're discussing this.
Did staff receive anything at all?
No calls from the neighbors, no calls on this case at all. Or letters or any correspondence.
When you say the curb line, you're talking about Stuart, you're talking about the curb line. It's only, how many feet will it be to the new addition now? So
well, I'm just estimating. Current garage is 27 feet to the back of curb.
To the back of curb.
Yeah. The new one I estimate is about 20 feet to back of curb.
So it's going to be quite a bit closer, yeah.
And
if you, so that, and usually if it's built in the center of the right of way, you've got, if it's a 28-foot street, you've got a strip between, what you have there is 11 feet between the back of the curb to the property line. But of course there, I don't know that for sure. But I'm talking about, so you have a distance from the back of the curb of 14 and then another 11 usually for the, if you're going 11 plus what would be the side, it's still really close to the street. For the right of way is not very far from the street itself, is it? I don't know. This is a tough one. Does anyone else have any comments?
Yeah, I do. This is Aaron Crossley. I think that this home has a lot of qualities of homes that I love about Independence, particularly as part of town. You know, the stone and the cupola, and also the odd angle, the odd angles of the home. And so I think that makes it particularly difficult to me, looking at Ralston and the angle that it curves at, and just the fact that it reconnects back to Blue Ridge Boulevard. I don't see it being a highly trafficked street, in my opinion. So I think it makes sense to kind of bring it into the 21st century and to have a garage that can fit 21st century cars.
Okay.
It looks like to me that the staff is on at least 4 and 5 met the criteria. I just don't think that it's one of those cases where it's just not going to make a difference whether we allow this to be in or not.
Since it's been there that long, you know.
What?
No, I just said because it's been there forever. I mean, it's you can't move the house. It's there.
No, and the street was moved after the house was built. So I'm thinking that this is a legitimate request for variance.
Okay, well, I don't have any more questions myself. Jack or John, do you all have any?
Are you ready for a motion?
I can hear a motion to approve. Do I hear a motion to approve case number? Let me get up here and find it on here.
I'll make the motion, Bob, on
Okay.
case 20-999-05 that we approve it as submitted.
Okay, do I have a second?
This is Aaron, I'll second.
Okay, Aaron, you'll second it. Okay, so now we can have a vote. Aaron Crossley?
Yes.
We're doing the vote. Okay. James Arcono, or I still haven't said it right yet, but I'll get it here.
Yes.
Are you yes or no on this application?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
4.
And Jack Lehman,
Yes.
John Davies,
Yes.
and Robert Jones, yes. So case number 20-999-05 has been approved as applied. I mean, whatever we call it, it has been approved. So I think that's the last on the agenda tonight.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank
We appreciate it.
Thank
You
you.
do need to take, excuse me, you do need to take action on the minutes. If you want to
Yes,
just approved as submitted, that's.
Well, the minutes, I read through them. They look to me like they're fine from the meeting from, well, not that many moons ago, but February the 20th, 2020. I would just like to do this by voice. Those in favor approving the minutes from the was January the 15th? Is that the meeting? No, it was
February the 20th.
20. Okay, well, it's listed here on this thing. It says January 15th. It says up here, February the 20th. Oh, I'm talking. Okay, I got you. So February the 20th, those in favor say aye. Aye. Say aye. Those opposed, like sign, would say nay. Well, the ayes have it. So the approval of the minutes from the February the 20th, 2020 meeting have been approved. And so I don't have a gavel, but I say this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Stuart.
Okay.
Okay.
7:20.
Thank you all for coming. I appreciate, I've enjoyed meeting the new members of the board. And I know we'll have a good relationship here with you all. Thank you for, I guess, coming out to the meeting. We're all in our own homes, but that's okay too.
Thank you, Brian.
I don't have anything more to say. The meeting's over. Does anybody? So I guess we just say thank you all for participating, and I guess next month
We have another meeting in
the next
September.
meeting will be on September September the 17th.
Yes, that's correct.
So I'll be seeing you all, your smiley faces in. How's that sound?
All righty.
That's good.
Thank
Looking
you
forward
so
to
much.
it. All right, thank you.
I'm looking forward to working with you all. It's and the next meeting we may have our fearless chairman there, Tim Watkins. So, but if not, I can hold. I've done a few of these the last few years. So, thank
Good
you
night,
again
all.
for everything. I really appreciate you coming.